couldn't resist, mate.
Welcome back, my name is Rob Versus, and today I've injured myself learning how to do a muscle up. So, let's learn how to do a coin roll from Pirates of the Caribbean. So the first thing that I tried to do was brute force it. Just do the action a bunch of times and hope that at the end of it, I learn. But that leads to a lot of this.
God.
So clearly I hate being bad at things, so we're gonna see if we can optimize this process to make it just a little bit easier. So the first thing that I did was grab 3 different sizes of coins, 2 from Brazil and 1 American $50. Now, because this is such an unfamiliar action, you're likely going to hate your fingers and your hands because of how uncoordinated they feel. At least that's how it was for me. And the objective here is to find the one coin that doesn't make you feel like an idiot and like you hate the process. And for me, it was the 50-cent piece. It was large enough that it was easy enough to handle, and it was just kind of satisfying to play with. So that's the one that I chose. Next, let's talk about the mechanics of the coin roll. On paper, it's pretty simple. I'm just trying to trap the edge of the coin underneath the edge of my finger, so it rolls over the finger. And I can use my other fingers to kind of nudge that coin into place. But essentially, it's just going over the back of my finger. So you might think then that it's really important to have a clean coin or to wash your hands, when in fact the opposite is true. I want you to get this coin and your hands as sticky and greasy, as dirty as you possibly can. If it doesn't resemble Mitch McConnell's soul by the time that you start practicing, you're really setting yourself up to do this the hard way. We want as much friction as possible between the back of the coin and the backs of our fingers. And the more dirty that coin is, the more sticky it is, the easier and more forgiving this process will be. The last piece that was really helpful for me was busting out a microfiber towel. I'm having a hard time saying that word, I don't know why. So that it could cover up the sounds of my multiple sins and failures. During this process, I failed a lot. And if you want to maintain a good working relationship with your housemates, I recommend that you do the same. Find something soft to practice over, or risk driving everyone in your household batshit crazy. And it's mother flippin' game time. It's time that we separate the men from the baby infant boys. Put away that microfiber towel. Let's go. So the first kind of coin roll just involves going over the backs of your fingers, catching the coin with your thumb, and then flipping it back around to the top. Now the second kind of coin roll begins by aggressively smashing the like button with as much force as you possibly can. You gotta teach it a lesson. That way it'll know to respect you. Now, one of the things that you may notice in coin roll variant number 2 is that it's kind of hard, at least it was for me, to catch that coin in that little pinky gap. And that's where I lost control again and again and again and again. For whatever reason, it was really hard. I think it's just because I don't usually use my pinky for things. So that brings us to the next step. So at this point, all that was left to do was to isolate the movement that my fingers were having so much trouble with, which meant kind of letting that coin bounce back and forth in the little ridge between my fingers until I got a comfortable feel for what that was like. In the end, it took me about 2 to 3 hours to get the full coin roll down, and as you can see, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good, and it's about at the level that I would want it to be after a day of practice. So what do you guys think? Did I make it, or is there more work left for me to do? You can leave your comments down below, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, you being here means a lot to me, and any interaction that you have with this channel goes a long way for me. It's not only validating for me to receive, it also helps this channel grow. So if you want to see more content like this, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, or comment down. I already said that. Okay, anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for making it all the way to the end, and I'll catch you in the next one.